What I want to talk about today is how your family, your loved ones, your closest people in your life, they get the worst parts of you. They see the sides of you that aren't so pretty. There's no way to avoid this. Right? We're human, right? And those that are around us the most get to view this because we will have low moments. But the people who love us the most get the darkest sides of us, and they love us the most. They love us for who we are, and they see through that negativity that they do see a part of us for our greater side, for who we truly are, for who we really want to be, and who we proceed as in this world. But they get to see the side of us that is not so pretty. Once again, it is full of our deeper desires and things that don't exactly serve us, but for a lot of the time. But they're things we want to have. They're guilty pleasures. They're even things that are nastier than that, right? Parts of our life that we really do not want to accept. They see our inconsistencies. Now, of course, the more we progress in life, the better we should get at not being inconsistent. But it's almost inevitable to have times where we fall short in certain areas. Like if the standard is not high enough, you'll hit it every time, right? If the grade or standard is as high as it should be, there will be times that you miss it, that you fall short and fail to achieve what it is that you're striving to have and achieve, right? But I think this needs to be thought of more nowadays, how, like I said, your loved ones see you for who you really are, and they love you the most for it. Because we live in a society of manipulation, of coaxing one another into feeling different ways based off of our emotions, like in silly ways, not even based off emotion, based off of like pictures and different things that social media does, right? False projections of the self, I should say, right? We create emotional reactions in others by using a false projection of ourselves online. That's otherwise known as manipulation, right? I mean, if you're going to change anybody's opinion, it has to be emotional, and they have to do it on their own, right? Which, that's not manipulation. That isn't inherently negative. But when we're using something false to begin with, and especially like a false projection that has been, made pretty in every way online, and that creates that emotional reaction and changes the way someone feels about us, that's manipulation at its core. But nowadays, it's more common and normal than ever. I mean, the advertisements on TV do it. Everything does it. So we live in this society. It talks about this in the Social Dilemma. We live in this society whose backbone has become manipulation in certain ways. So why do I say that? Well, I'm saying that because it goes back into something I talked about a few months back. Our tribe mentality, understanding our tribe and who it is that we want to align with and move through life with. You see, so many of us living in this manipulative society, we worry and we worry and we worry, and we believe all these irrelevant people have any sort of relevance in our life. Simply because we see them on social media, we see them doing this or that, and it gives us this false sense of relativity into your life. And so what does that do? Well, we're out and about, or we're around these people, and we're worried about everything that they feel about us, how they see us, what they think that we're up to. When in reality, they're probably being selfish just like most people are and thinking about themselves. As they should, right? I mean, who cares about you or me when we're worried about our own issues, right? But we allow this worry to boil over into our actions and our emotions and the way we go about life. So here we are, this being with our own set of goals, whether it be conscious or subconscious, meaning you haven't taken the time to consciously think about your goals, is what I mean by that. But here we are, these beings with our own goals and ideas and perceptions of the world. But we're allowing a lens to be put on, which is how does this person, it's the worry of your perceived perception based on other people in your environment and who you're around that likely have no relevance to anything. So again, your loved ones, the people that know you the best, they get the worst side of you. They see you for who you are, and they love you the most for it. They think of you most dearly for it. They understand. They treat you with a different kind of understanding because they know who you are. But we go out in society and we project a side of ourselves that isn't us. It isn't real. We people please. We're all about ourselves if we're on the more narcissistic side, rather than being authentic and our true self and choosing to be who we are truly when out and about, when interacting among different people. Now, I'm not saying this is easy to do, right? Because we learn these different behaviors. We spend our entire life from growing up to getting older to getting old, learning these different behaviors and patterns of understanding the world and interacting with other humans. And we come to a point where that's what we know, and we don't even realize that we're doing it. We think it's just us, right? And it's not until we become more conscientious of the fact that we are the one who created these behaviors and our environment, with our environment's help, of course, and we are the ones who can change these behaviors if we do not like one, or if one is not completely efficient for the life that we're wanting to live. Does that make sense? So don't allow the manipulation of our society and the way everybody else thinks and feels about you, or the way you think they think about you, stop you from being you. Do not allow worry for irrelevant people that you'll, 1, never see again, 2, never have any true effect on your life, or 3, really mean anything to you, and they're not a loved one. Do not allow these people to change the way that you truly feel, because it will drown out a part of you that, when expressed, is your greatest ability. It is your greatest strength. It is you for who you are. It is the one thing that you, no matter what, have it over other people. The ability to be yourself, to be you, to embrace your soul, and be who you're meant to be for this world. Now, getting ourselves out of our own way and understanding the parts of ourselves that aren't so pretty and that are holding us back from being our soul's real self, that's a different process. I talk about that in a different video that I'll link at the end. So if you want to check that out, definitely check it out. Again, it's all about what it is that's holding us back from listening to our soul and being what our soul chooses for us to be, or wants to be. I hope you enjoyed this today. I hope that this makes sense, that you kind of have it's relative to your life. If you did like it, comment below what you got, something that made you think, maybe an insight that you have in relation to what we're talking about here. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. I mean, we all know nowadays more than ever, our society is filled with this once again. So, hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to keep on keeping on. We're going to keep being ourselves, and we're going to keep pushing. Let's do it. Love you guys.